So the clock ticks down to 3 seconds. Coach says hand it off one more time. Let Isaiah try to rack up some more yardage. He does just that. He gets lit up pretty hard, but that is it. 172 yards on the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, the Arizona Cardinals are your Super Bowl champions. Fresh off of winning a Super Bowl with the Arizona Cardinals, Isaiah King Jr.'s got a little bit to do this offseason. Most of that is working out. He has a year left on his deal, the Arizona Cardinals. And all this he's focused on right now is not the MVP, not personal accolades, but bringing another trophy to Arizona. Now, the draft recap for the Arizona Cardinals is not honestly that great. We got John Miller, wide receiver, with our first pick. Our second pick was Anthony Statton, a right outside linebacker, 65. Then another 65, we got a running back. Why are you drafting a running back if you have Isaiah? I guess it's an insurance plan in case Isaiah does bolt in the offseason for next year, but still, that guy's not going to replace him in any way, shape, or form. You have Amari Ramsey. Again, it does not look good. The highest player we got was a 68. Then two 65s, another 61 later, but this was not exactly a great draft. As we begin to start the next season, before we pick out our goals and things of that nature, Isaiah is now a 98 overall. His morale boost had him as a 99, but he is so close to achieving 99. Christian Kirk is our second best player, and he's an 89. So there is no one on our team outside of Isaiah is a 90 overall. Look at the roster really quickly. You have Kyler Murray again at quarterback, with Alec Kirkpatrick behind him. Kyler's an 84 now. Isaiah has David Johnson behind him, who's probably pretty close to retiring at this point, with Harmon Crawford behind him as well. At fullback, we have Anthony Sherman, who's, again, almost at retirement. Wide receiver, Christian Kirk, Andy Isabella, Deshaun Hamilton, John Miller, and Ken Choice. So, wide receiver, the top two guys are really good. We have a good, pretty solid guy here in the slot, but it's questionable outside of there. Max Williams returns. Our offensive line, we got a 76, a 68, an 86, 76, and then a 78. So our weakest spot looks like left guard. There is no hope to run on that left side if BJ Finney has anything to do about it. On defense, we have Bilal Nichols at a 79 overall at left end. Right end is Justin Houston, who again on the verge of retirement. You can kind of sense a trend here. There are a lot of older players on this team. Von Finch at an 84 overall. Left outside linebacker is going to be Uchenna Nwasu. We probably butchered that name. And middle linebacker Hassan Reddick at 79. Right outside linebacker is Gilbert Gaston at an 81 overall. He's still pretty young. At corner, we got Byron Murphy, Joanne Williams, we got Michael Davis, Mackenzie Alexander, Patrick Peterson is still kicking right now with 33 years of age, and Lorenzo Atkinson, who I hope does not see the field at all this year. At free safety, there's Budda Baker. At strong safety, there's Maxwell Lindstrom. And we have a kicker in Chris Boswell and a punter in Dom Durbin. There's some questions, there's some old people on the team, but I still think this team has one good run left in them. Looking at his stats so far, Isaiah had 1,900 yards in his rookie season, 2,100 yards in his sophomore season. His third year had 2,400 yards, and then last season, things calmed down a little bit. 20 rushing touchdowns, 1,900 yards. Look, Isaiah's goals are to keep the touchdown production at 20 for rushing. He wants to get 2,000 rushing yards because it's nearly the second time in his career last season that he hadn't got it after 2 straight years of doing it. On the receiving side, he had 30 for 520, 40 for 610, 47 for 840. He increased his receptions this year, but the amount of yards he got went down. We would love to see Isaiah get 50 receptions, 1,000 yards receiving, and maybe get into double-digit touchdowns around 9 or 10. We'll be okay with that. The Arizona Cardinals are back on the field. It's been what seems like forever, but they are ready to get it going. Isaiah is leading the charge as the best player on their team by far. Can he get the job done today and lead this team to back-to-back Super Bowls? Only one way to find out. So the Browns come out and do nothing on offense, forcing a punt deep into our own territory at the 11-yard line. And we got one guy to hand the ball off to, and the Browns know where it's going. And that's honestly one of the biggest challenges for Isaiah, is that every single person knows that if they can shut down Isaiah, the rest of this team is looking a little suspect. So his work is going to have to be a whole lot more difficult this year as he picks up a big 7 yards there. It also means the maturation of Mr. Kyler Murray has to come quicker than ever. We got a 3rd down to 5 here. Isaiah's breaking out. Isaiah's wide open in the middle of the field. He's going to catch that one. He's wrapped up, but he gets to the 36-yard line before he's brought down. So far, the game plan has been get the ball in Isaiah King Jr.'s hands. Murray understand it goes to a little bit of a play-action fake. He's going to take off running. Kyler Murray with the juke moves. Kyler Murray, if you don't slide, we are going to panic, and he's down at the 49 after 12 yards. If Murray is going to move around like that, we have got to see him pick up yards and juke defenders out. But most importantly, we got to see the young fella slide. Him not sliding leads to turnovers, and we can't have that. 2nd down and 10. Murray is the only guy in the backfield as Isaiah's moved out to the right slot. This ball's dumped down to Max Williams. Max Williams should have a big role in the offense this year, and the big fella carries him down to the 44. The offense has looked pretty solid so far. The third down and short yardage situation right here in midfield. Murray's going to hand it off to Isaiah. He's going to try to get to the edge. He's going to get brought down, however. What a tackle by Avery, and Isaiah only has 1 yard on 4 carries after that. Both Cleveland and Arizona have really struggled on offense, and they're going to be forced to punt the ball yet again. So we've seen no touchdowns, really no offensive powerhouse, and the defenses have been the best part of this game today. Now Isaiah's out here trying to break one. Isaiah's got one guy to beat in front of him. Going to try to get past him. He jukes him, but the rest of the defenders catch up, and he's brought down in great field position at the 43-yard line. Coach Kingsbury says, you know what? Forget the game plan. Put Isaiah at quarterback and let the young fella make a play. David Johnson's going to move in motion. His old bones are aching a little bit now. Isaiah's going to cut the middle of the field. Isaiah's got some room. Isaiah has one defender on his heels, but it is not going to even be close. The human cheat code is in the end zone 43 yards later for his first rushing touchdown of the season. So after our touchdown, the Browns yet again do anything on offense. We've got a 7-0 lead here towards the end of the first quarter. Isaiah trying to get out to the edge. Isaiah's going to try to turn his way down the field and get to what looks to be 9 yards. Refs agree with our estimate there and say it's 2nd down and 1. 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. We'll hand off up the middle. Isaiah trying to find some room, but gets stuck behind his own center and goes nowhere. And if at first you don't succeed, try again, or at least that's Cliff Kingsbury's motto. He's going right back to Isaiah here on a run. Isaiah gets a move. He gets drugged down to the 35, but that's a great way to end the first quarter with another first down. Starting the second quarter, Murray's time to get him back involved in the passing game. We'll play action fake here. Isaiah's leaking out. They're going to find him. He's going to try to get his way down, and he picks up another chunk of yards. Murray has completed 3 passes today. 2 to Isaiah and 1 to Max Williams. And now he's going to get one to the fullback. Sherman, we see you, young fella. Fullbacks are people too. We would love to see him try to go down the field at some point, but he's still being a little bit timid. It's the first game of the season. We get it, but young fella, try to get that ball down the field as Isaiah says, look, I'm running for more yards than you're passing right now. Murray's in prime position right now to go ahead and let this offense succeed. First down, Isaiah back in pass protection. A little dot across the middle to Isabella, his first catch of the day, and that picks up what looks to be 5. 2nd and 5 now. Murray again under center. Isaiah back in protection. This ball is going to be thrown. It's the longest pass of the day, and Isabella is going to stumble down to the 10-yard line. Again, Murray's not throwing for a ton of yards, but he is a perfect 6 for 6 on the afternoon with his second pass completed there to Isabella. Isaiah's moving out. They throw the ball to him. He goes for a juke move and gets immediately drowned. 2nd and 3 for Murray. Isaiah stays in protection. Murray all the time in the world. Throws a dot to the back of the end zone to Isabella. His 3rd catch on the drive, and Kyler Murray took umbrage what we said earlier. The young fella had a perfect drive there and put points on the board. Cleveland continues to struggle out here, and they can do literally nothing. Another punt out here. They have not had one successful offensive drive in the red zone. Isaiah trying to make something happen. The juke move looked, or excuse me, the spin move looked incredible, but he gets nothing much after that. Heem Jr. has had a great first half, about 74 rushing yards so far. He's poised to have yet another big day to start the season. I was out here with the slowest juke move I think I've ever seen in my entire life, but still it goes for 11 yards. And the beauty of having a running game as strong as this is it makes your passing game incredibly easier, because now the defense has to respect what that running back can do down the middle of the field. And again, they're throwing the ball to Isaiah, and the man is gassed. Look how slow his jukes are. Isaiah is begging Coach Kingsbury, throw it to someone else. Let me catch my breath right now so we can finish this drive strong. Go to a play action fake. Kyler Murray's out here running. Isaiah's going to try to block for him. He's going to not get that block, but Ojanobi's going to bring him down to the 46. 2nd and 3. Murray again locked in a pass. Moving around, he gets hit as he throws that one, and it's dropped by the tight end. It's actually the first incompletion of the day for Kyler Murray, so unfortunate, but it is what it is. A dot across the middle this time to Deshaun Hamilton, who picks it down to the 37. 2-minute warning has arrived, and now we're sitting here ready to go from the 37-yard line. Nice little screen. Isaiah, per usual, outruns his blockers, but look, there's a penalty on the play, and I think it might be against the defense. It looks to be a face mask, and that's going to move us all the way down here to great position at the 17-yard line. That big penalty, we're inside the red zone. Murray again, all the time in the world. This man did a 360, throws it to Max Williams. The heck is he doing? Is he Pat Mahomes now? Again, not a lot of yards, but Murray has been precise so far today. Got a pass to Isaiah, who gets a receiving touchdown. He needs 9 more this season to get double digits. He's off to one heck of a start. So the first half was basically perfect. We got 3 touchdowns. Cleveland only got a field goal, and things are looking pretty good as we start the second half. Isaiah again out here chugging for a solid gain of yards, picking up 7 this time. And while Murray started out slow, what you saw at the end of the first half was pretty much as perfect as you can absolutely get. Murray this time, a wide open Max Williams. What poise to stay in the pocket and get drilled by Myles Garrett. They're loading the box right now with single high safety. If Isaiah can break past that first line, it might be a little dangerous right now. Isaiah gets what he wants. The juke move did not work. First down from the 38. We're on the right side of the 50. Isaiah back at quarterback. David Johnson in motion. Nice little touch sweep pass here. David Johnson. Oh, David Johnson looking a little dangerous right now. Looking slower than molasses, but the old fella picks up 14. Best part of that, so we'll go ahead and credit Isaiah with a nice little pass completion there. For the first down, again, an 18-point lead. Isaiah goes through for a small gain, but it is 2 yards. 2nd and 8, Kyler Murray trying to find something. Nice little pass out of the backfield to who has been his favorite target today, Max Williams. I got to be honest, there was a lot of preseason hype about Max Williams, and I didn't really buy into it, but how he's played so far today proves that, you know what? Hype was real. Isaiah's trying to turn the corner. He's got one guy in front, goes to truck him, and he gets stopped at the 1-yard line, unfortunately. 7 receptions on the day for Isaiah. He's trying to get his 2nd rushing touchdown of the afternoon here. So halfback toss. Isaiah cuts up. Isaiah's got a guy in front of him, but he's going to go into the end zone. Someone is going to get injured on the play. Good news is it's not from our team. And Isaiah with his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. Incredible. Call me crazy, but I feel like we may have seen this happen a time or 2 or 7. The Cleveland Browns are punting the football, and it's deep into our territory. Isaiah actually fields it on a bounce here. The young fella is trying to make something happen. I think he's going to be in a lot of trouble. The juke move looked crazy. The spin move looked better. They wrap him up at the 26-yard line after running for about 50 yards. And with all that running, it's only right that we let Kyler Murray go ahead and cook to start this drive because the young fella is gassed. And another dot here from Kyler Murray. Christian Kirk with the double juke, making people look silly. He's been learning from Isaiah. And after one pass play, Isaiah says, look, my condition is great. Give me the ball back and let me go to work. So halfback counter play here. Isaiah's cut up the field. Isaiah's going to try to stretch that one, but he's not quite fast enough to get that one broken into the end zone. This offense is looking incredible right now. 1st and 10 from the 35 now. 2.5 minutes left. Isaiah's going deep instead of a toe tap on the sideline by Christian Kirk. And to be honest, this generally feels like one of the most balanced approaches we've had at the start of any game, especially the start of the season. Isaiah back here on the halfback counter. Nice juke move gets him inside the red zone now to the 14. 140 on the game. Line back up in the red zone. Looking at who's quarterback. David Johnson in motion here. Another little touch pass. It worked out really well last time. Johnson, great move. Not a good result. 3rd quarter is winding down now. 2nd and 11 after David Johnson could not get that converted. Isaiah's going up. Isaiah is going to see that ball fly out of bounds at the same time. So on 3rd down and 11, it's up to Kyler Murray to get this conversion or get ourselves a touchdown. Murray scrambles for a second. Throws it back down here to the tight end, and that was going to go to the 7-yard line, but it's not good enough for a first. A field goal coming up. So we're starting the 4th quarter with a situation that is great for us. Not great for Cleveland. The Cleveland Browns are exactly who we thought they were. Same team they've been for about 30 years. So halfback run here from Isaiah picks up a solid gain of about 6 yards, almost at 150 now. You've seen Isaiah in the Wildcats sometimes take it for a run, sometimes pass it, and right now it's just confusing the heck out of the Cleveland Browns. Some Isaiah's going to keep it. Nice little halfback counter. The spin move is looking incredible. He's got one guy to beat. Jukes him out of his shoes. They're going to try to make him fumble, and they actually force a fumble from Isaiah. An incredible run turns into a distant memory as Joe Schobert picks up the fumble recovery, and he's celebrating like crazy. I'm not saying the Browns are going to win this game, but they got a little touchdown there. They're feeling pretty good. They're down 21 with about 6.5 minutes left, and Isaiah is not happy about that at all. Because if there's one thing we know about Isaiah King Jr. is that the man does not like to be embarrassed. And when you fumble and let a team go down and score a touchdown immediately after, that is the personification of embarrassment. So far, the Browns right now are winning the 4th quarter. We've got to do a little bit better here, though. 3rd down and 6. Isaiah in a wide receiver. The ball is thrown deep. This is going to be caught by, it looks like Hamilton, and he's down to the 50-yard line now. Back into quarterback. Isaiah said, look, Coach Kingsbury, give me another shot to run out of the Wildcat. David Johnson back, moving in motion. Isaiah's going to fake that one, run straight into the safety who is ready to go, and Isaiah has been shut down on this drive. This is one of those situations where Isaiah has to look himself in the mirror and say, did I train hard enough this offseason? Am I gassed already in the 4th quarter when my team needs this? But hold up, the young fella's out here. The juke move. Isaiah is back, ladies and gentlemen, down to the 28-yard line. The moves are back. Don't get it twisted. The man is going for the MVP in that Lombardi trophy. Unreal run, a play that could have been blown up in the backfield, but that spin move is on point right now. Going out to the other side here, Isaiah's going to try to turn it up the field. The juke move is there, is going to bring him down to another 10-yard gain, 3 shy of 200. Kingsbury looked at Isaiah and said, do you want it? He says, give it to me again. 2nd down, inches to go. Murray with the handoff up the middle. Isaiah finds his way through as he gets brought down at the 14-yard line. The young fella wants that 3rd rushing touchdown and wants 4 touchdowns total today. He's trying to make it happen. Inside the red zone again. Halfback counter play. Isaiah's going to try to turn up, but he is brought down by, it looks like, Denzel Ward. 2nd and 7, 2-minute warnings coming up. He's trying to just put an exclamation point on an already incredible performance. Schobert is going to bring him down. That's actually not Schobert on that play, excuse me, but what a tackle by the Browns. 3rd and short yardage situation. We could absolutely pass it, but why would you do that when you got the best running back in the league? Isaiah looking to find some room, and he does just that down to the 3. Because he has brought the team this far down the field, you got to give it to him here and let him get into the end zone. You got 4 downs to try to do it. Isaiah says, look, I'm only going to try to need 1 here. And unfortunately, he's going to get lifted like his name is John Legend, dropped to the 5. Browns do not want him to get back into the red zone. They know this guy has been killing us all day. We got to stop him. No handoff here. Isaiah turns up. He gets back to where he was originally, the 3-yard line. And here it is, 3rd and goal. His last opportunity to try to get into the end zone here. Can he get his 4th touchdown of the afternoon? It looks like Isaiah's going to be scot-free. He's going to celebrate his, ladies and gentlemen. Did you ever doubt me? It's nobody's fault but your own. And that's it. The game is going to be a wrap. Somehow Freddie Kitchens is still the Browns head coach, but with the win that ugly, he may not be for long. Looking over the past game, Kyler Murray actually balled out today. 20 for 22, 200+ yards, 2 touchdowns, and not a single turnover. You cannot ask for more, especially when your guy has a 90% completion rate. Baker Mayfield had a touchdown, but ultimately struggled against our defense. And Isaiah King Jr., 2 completions, 13 yards. I don't want to brag, but he's incredible. On the ground today, Isaiah had 30 carries. Yes, count them. 30 carries for 215 yards. 3 touchdowns. He did, however, have 2 fumbles. We got to work in the ball security, but what he did for his team today, nothing short of impressive. And through the air, Isaiah had 7 grabs, 69 yards, #nice, and 1 overall touchdown. You gotta love it today. 1 bad drop, and Max Williams chimed in with a couple of catches today as well. Isabella was clutch, had a touchdown of his own. This team is looking unstoppable right now. After winning the Super Bowl and getting that Super Bowl MVP, nothing feels better than starting the next season when you're trying to repeat by getting a dub. The Cleveland Browns were not a worthy opponent today, and we've got some teams lined up in the future that will be a little bit better. Can Isaiah keep up this level of production with 200 yards in his first game back this season? He's looking like he will absolutely do that and then some. But the season is not won, a championship is not won in just 1 game. You got to do it for an entire season. This team's got to stay healthy, they got to stay focused, and they have to make sure they keep giving the ball to Isaiah King Jr. because if they do, good things are sure to come.